Today, I will be talking about police brutality and how today in the world we need stricter laws on guns and when policemen should be able to use guns and when they shouldn't be able to use guns. According to the Guardian's database in 2016, the rate of fatal police shootings per million was 10.3 for Native Americans and 6.6 for Black people and 3.23 for Hispanics and 2.9 for white people and for 1.7 for Asians. However, with these stats, I'm not saying all policemen are bad, but however, there are a few in the group. And my credibility would be that I'm also a Black citizen, having been with policemen and having altercations myself. I feel as policemen and should have stricter laws that will benefit not only saving the people's lives that are at stake, but also everyone's lives and better communities. There are many ways of de-escalating situations rather than just pulling out a gun. Policemen are very essential in order to keep the community safe and help people feel like they don't have to carry guns themselves or have to protect themselves as much. I feel like one of those ways should be being able to talk to a person respectfully as if they're a human being, not calling them out of their name or anything like that, completely respecting them as a human. Another approach they can make is don't come to them already hostile, like gun already out directly to them, yelling at them, being aggressive, because it always seems to makes the person want to seem like they have to protect themselves from them and feel like they can't trust them or anything. And another way is that they could listen to the person, also be more understanding and open to like de-escalate the situation as a whole and to see what the problem was in the first place to have them so hostile to where they could direct this to bring them back. So that way nobody gets hurt, everybody goes home. I feel like some policemen resort to rather just already pulling their gun than rather evaluating the whole situation before acting. And by doing so, 1,020 people have been shot and killed by policemen in the past year. One of those stories being one of the Trayvon Martin stories is because he was just a guy in a hoodie that was walking down the street, I guess at the wrong time. And he didn't even question him or anything, he was shot and killed. Another incident is the Sandra Bland story where she was shot and killed in her own home. And instead of them getting the full story or making sure they had all the proper tools to invade in her home or anything, she was shot and killed and then taken into custody still after being shot and killed. Another situation would be the George Floyd story where they didn't listen to him or try to hear him out or de-escalate the situation. They simply just killed him in broad daylight, not by guns or anything, but just simply not hearing him when he was saying that he couldn't breathe or trying to figure out what was going on through the store or what happened in the first place, just coming in completely hostile and aggressive. With that being said, I feel like it only takes one to call out each other on these wrongdoings and everybody else should follow suit. And instead of like just saying, well, I seen it, I feel like police officers should call their colleagues out on these problems, not just like when they get back to the station or anything. I feel like they should call them out in the moment and like stop it right then and not just go along with the flow. And also I feel like police officers should be more active in their communities that they are watching over, so that way they can be more familiar with what is going on in those communities, so when they get called they can know like, hey, this is just this person or this is just that person, so they know how to de-escalate the situation or who to rely on and what to look for in these communities and what goes on. I also feel like that police officers should not abuse their power of the badge. Just because they have a badge does not mean they have the right to like just go around and bully people or overuse their power. All in all, police officers are not bad, but it takes just one to turn out everyone. So with that being said, I feel like we should just continue to like call each other out and get this point across that policemen should not just the policemen, the whole police department should implement more rules in order to keep everyone safe and get everyone back to their families. And when I say rules, I mean like give scenario-based training, so when to pull a gun and when not to pull a gun. And I think it should be a requirement to like practice de-escalating situations without a gun at all. And that should be like a constant routine throughout being in a policeman, because you never know what happens and what could happen on the job. Yep.